Hello, Michael. It is Wednesday, August 21st, and I am 182.2 pounds, the exact same weight as I was 2 days ago. Okay, now as far as a hair betrayal is concerned, let's see. I've tried to grow my hair out several times in the past few years, and this was the longest I had held out. And be not fooled, Noodles, be not fooled, because it didn't really look that long, but I had been trimming, it on the bottom with like paper scissors and whatnot, and so the top could grow down and it would all be nice and even. But I don't even know. It just reached a point where the scissors just weren't keeping it tidy, and it was all nasty. I had to cut it! As far as the rule of allowing one short video per month, I think it's too complex. I think we should just simplify it and say 2-minute minimum, or 2-minute 15-second minimum. Okay, and then if our lives get too busy, then we'll get punished.
I was born March 27th, 1986 to Len Chin and Diane Gregorich, although her name would have been Diane Chin since they were married, but I mentioned the name Gregorich so you would know that yes, it was an interracial marriage. My first and only memory from my early years was a trip to Hawaii on which I wore a cute little blue outfit and got a massively bloody nose. Luckily, I survived to grow up in the lovely hills of Chino, where I attended Butterfield Ranch Elementary with Michael, and as you already know, we met in 2nd grade. Now, by this point, I had gotten an NES and was playing the legendary Mario series and the wonderfully conceived Duck Hunt. Of course, soon after, I picked up a Game Boy and now possessed the ability to waste time wherever I went. Now came the end of 5th grade, when my grandfather, who was blind, moved in with us and so bought us a house in Anaheim Hills where we still reside. In 1998, the N64 came out, so I snapped that up and began the longest series of awesomeness I had seen to that date. GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, and the Ocarina of Time. Oh, and of course, WWF No Mercy. Yes, I went through a ridiculous wrestling phase, but luckily no one got hurt. In 1999, my middle school organized a trip to France, Spain, and England, the following year to Greece, Italy, and Turkey. So then, having become a world traveler, I returned home to acquire the GameCube, with which I was then able to enjoy Madden 2003 and Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. Now I was in high school. I had decided to play football so that I could be really cool and have lots of friends. Results? I pretty much sat on the bench for every game in my 3.5-year career, and on the weekends I sat at home and played video games. Now throughout all this madness, I somehow managed to meet my first girlfriend. Her name was Stephanie, and she went to Michael's school, which was about 10 miles from mine and thus out of reach because I didn't drive yet. So this was quite convenient for me because I could play video games. This lasted 4 months, and then she decided that she had had enough and dumped me. But I certainly don't blame her. So I meandered through the rest of high school, not really knowing what I wanted to do afterwards. Michael, bless his soul, said, "Hey, do you want to go look at this film school?" I was reluctant at first, but went with him just to look at it, and absolutely fell in love and wondered why I never thought to do this before. So I signed on up, and we headed off to college together with hopes of directing. Halfway through college, I realized I didn't want to be a director, and I wanted to be a sound guy. Unfortunately, Brooks didn't have any sound classes, so I had to actually go to the library and read. I graduated Brooks, got my bachelor's, and moved back in with my parents to save money on rent. Since then, I've been doing random freelance stuff and playing TF2. Then I decided to go back to school for audio, which starts next week. I'm anxiously awaiting Spore, as I've had it pre-ordered for over a year. And I can't wait to see what this next year of school, Spore, and ramen will bring.
There was a batch load of Flavor Packet of the Week submissions, but there were like no topic suggestions, just very few topic suggestions. So please submit suggestions for the topic. We need a selection to pick from. Now, next week's topic, as decided by my TI-83 generating a random integer that corresponded to an integer that I had previously assigned to each submitted topic, is this: current events. Now for the punishment. There were a lot of punishment suggestions, but, and I liked them. But I can only pick one, and I don't think I should be too cruel because, it was a good video despite going over the maximum length. But your punishment shall be: eat 3 entire packets of ramen in your next video. Flavor of your choosing. Michael, I'll see you next week.